first story is The Bridge of Souls and the Silent Guardian, where the Scottish mists cling to ancient stone, a lone bridge spans an abyss. This was no ordinary crossing. It was the Bridge of Souls, and its guardian was a giant, carved from mountain and sorrow. Cursed with eternal silence, he could not speak, nor weep, nor cry out. His duty was absolute to bar the unworthy from the final journey. For centuries, he watched the silent procession of spirits. He judged them not by words, but by the light they carried within. A dim or flickering light meant a soul was not ready to pass. He never faltered, never questioned. His sorrow was his only companion, until one night a new spirit approached from the mist, and within the giant's silent heart, a memory long buried shattered. It was her, the love he had lost to mortality ages ago. Her inner light was pure, a steady, loving silver flame, but the ancient curse upon him now screamed a silent command. A guardian must not know the souls that pass. It is the first law. To acknowledge her would be to break his sacred oath. The mist grew still. The universe seemed to hold its breath. Slowly, the giant lowered his guarding hand. He did not block her path. He simply stepped aside. For the first time, he had chosen love over duty. And as she crossed the bridge, a single, impossible sound, a tear of true stone, cracked from his eye and fell. The curse did not break, but it was forever flawed. They say he still guards the bridge, as he always will, but on the coldest nights, when the northern lights dance, a low, resonant hum echoes from the bridge's stones. It is not a song of words. It is a song of memory, of a choice that bent destiny for a single silver soul. And the silent guardian, who speaks through stone and starlight, forever remembering the night his heart outweighed the mountain. Second story, The Keeper of the Last Breath. Deep in the Caucasus Mountains, a village clung to the side of a sheer cliff. Its people lived in the shadow of a silent pact with the mountain winds. Their most sacred duty was held by one person, the keeper of the breath. Tamar, her hands etched with time, guarded the village's final shared breath. Sealed within the clay was the last exhalation of their founding ancestors. It held not just air, but their collective memory, their laughter, their songs. For generations, keepers protected it. It was their warmth against the cold. But one autumn, a new wind came. It did not howl, it whispered with ice. Where it touched, memories faded. Stories were forgotten mid-sentence. The spirit-freezing wind sought not to destroy stone, but to erase history. Tamar felt the cold seep under her door. The vessel in her hands grew cold. She knew the choice: keep the breath sealed and safe in its clay prison, and watch the village forget itself, becoming a hollow, nameless place. Or break the seal, release the last breath into the consuming storm, and trust that memory, once freed, could outlast even a wind of forgetting. Outside, the blue mist thickened. The voices of her neighbours fell silent. Tamar brought the vessel to her lips, as if to share one last secret. Then, with a cry of release, she shattered the seal. The last breath flowed out, not a sigh, but a roaring, radiant tempest. It carried the sound of ancient drums, of lullabies, of 1,000 names. The wind of forgetting met this storm of remembrance. And it hesitated. Then it did not conquer. It intertwined. Blue tendrils wove with strands of gold. The village below was scoured clean. Every stone house fell to quiet ruin. But the wind that now blew carried a new voice, a chorus of whispers. It was Tamar's choice, not to save the place, but to save the story. She gave their last breath to the storm, so they would never be silent. Now, When the mountain wind sighs through the pines, listen closely. You might hear an old song, or the echo of a name spoken with love.
Third story, The Clay Children of the Dreaming. Long ago, the world was young and silent. The ancestral spirit walked the empty earth alone. Her heart ached for the sound of life, for laughter. She came to a sacred waterhole, a circle of life. From its banks, she took the rich red clay. With infinite care, she began to shape the first children. She breathed their dreams into the fragile forms. One by one, she placed them in the sun to harden. For a moment there was perfect, hopeful peace, but a jealous spirit watched from the whirlwind. The wind, who owned the silence, grew furious. It screamed across the plain, a wall of fury. The fragile clay children could not withstand its rage. They were scattered, unfinished, across the vast land. The spirit cried out, but her voice was stolen by the wind. As suddenly as it came, the jealous wind departed. Only silence remained, deeper now than before. Her dream was broken. But the land remembered. Where a clay child fell, a mountain now rises. A scattered limb became a ridge, stretching for miles. The gentle curve of a back formed a sheltered valley. Their unfinished faces are in the cliffs, watching, and the wind that stole them still whispers through canyons. It carries the echo of laughter that never was. The clay children sleep in the land's embrace.